annual diversity conference presented by the Intercultural Advocacy Institute and Hispanic Leadership Council recently took place at the St. Petersburg College Clearwater campus. Over 120 participants from near and far, concerned with the growing lack of tolerance and inclusion in our society, were in attendance. In its 8th year, the conference featured a program packed with thought-provoking and passionate speakers on subjects such as diversity in the workplace and increasing civility within our community.
This is a conference that we do every year through our agency and the Hispanic Leadership Council, which is a multi-agency council. We're also joined by major support from Empath Health. Obviously, the Juvenile Welfare Board people are always involved in this conference. And this year, the topic is Cultivating Civility, without which we cannot deal with anything else in our community, which is eliminating discrimination, making sure that we have supportive, safe, peaceful workplaces. Our keynote speaker is Ashley Brundage. She's the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion at PNC Bank, and she is a very successful transgendered woman, and she likes to speak about that and what it means to her, but what it means in the workplace.
As the crowd settled in their seats, Ms. Leith gave a warm welcome and overview for the day.
One of our speakers is an absolute heroine in terms of inclusion and diversity. I'll introduce her in a few moments. One of our speakers' panel is from the U.S. Attorney's Office on About Face, Turn Away from Hate. They have lessons for us, for everyone from middle school to our own colleagues. We have a speaker today who did primary research with our youth and families to find out what is going on with our youth and families in our community, and she's coming to present to us what we can do to make our schools and workplaces better. But more than anything, the conference today is a call to action.
Well, good morning. This is always a grand opportunity for the Juvenile Welfare Board to be part of some of the work that's done here in the community. I can say that this year is going to be a banner year for community for us. We have added a 4th component to the focus areas of the Juvenile Welfare Board, which has to do with strengthening community. So we're looking at a lot of other things, but we're also looking at the things we've always done. And one of the things that we have really, I feel we have always done, is to be part of this conference. Civility really starts with just do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I have a little quote here, and I'm going to read it because it's not even a long one. But it says, "It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity." The person who I quoted was Albert Einstein. Wasn't that a long time ago? And yet he could see that we were headed for some times with technology, and that has become so true. Take advantage of every opportunity to be proactive in promoting civility and respect in your home, in your workplace, in your neighborhood, in your community. So thank you very much for coming today. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I know we have some great speakers. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. I developed this presentation centered around biases, right? Do we all have biases?
I'd like to introduce Mr. Will Daniels, Mr. Johanse Pettis, Dr. Roy Kaplan, and Thomas Battles.
A panel from the U.S. Attorney's Office presented on a training tool called About Face, Turning Away from Hate, as they challenged the audience to change the narrative and provided valuable tools on how to stop discrimination in its tracks.
I'm pretty passionate about community, and so that's kind of why I wanted to come and share my story and be able to kind of excite people about sharing their story. Working together is always strategic, and when you showcase the ability to make an impact, you're driving revenue in essence by including everyone.
The more this year has gone on, the more firm our committee became in believing that this is the topic we need to be discussing right now. We're just very, very excited to create an ongoing conversation.